And good morning. Good morning, Ken Peters. I'm glad you could join me this morning. And I'm glad YouTube is on time with notifications for once. Sorry it took me a minute. I need some coffee. Just haven't had enough yet. All right, and everything looks like it's running smoothly. Excellent. How are you doing this morning? Yes, awake is a good idea. I've got my weekend badge from Renegade here, and I thought I would unpack all the neat little gifts that they gave me because they're kind of cool. Neat little die, and looks like some Baron of Dice stickers. Very cool. Got a little 3-inch deep strike marker. I thought these were awesome. A useful gift. And these are also very useful. Nice little magnetized MDF wound counters. Oops. Obviously that goes the other way around. There we go. Love it. I'm going to have to grab a bunch of these next year because that's useful. And of course, the ubiquitous green stuff. Always in need of a blob of that, so put that away in useful stuff to use. Just a neat little bag of goodies you get when you check in. That's awesome. You can bring your dog to work. That is so cool. The dog never has to deal with separation anxiety. All right, set all of this noisy stuff aside here. There we go. I am going to try to paint the dwarf a little bit today, but I'm a little shaky. So I might avoid fine details and just sketch out where I want some of that blue light for a while, and then move on to another less demanding fine motor task, and save this for a steadier day. Let's see here. Oh, I suppose I need some water in order to rinse out brushes. There we go. Nice quiet Sunday. I hope everyone is having an excellent day. What I'm trying to do here is get a little bit of this blue on all of the surfaces that will point towards the hammer, so that I can start to simulate the casting of blue light. Good morning, dead man. Oh, YouTube decided to hide your chat bar. This morning I am painting this dwarf that I had started yesterday. I was working on the base yesterday. Today I'm going to try to get a little work on him. My goal here today is at least to get a little bit of, what are we using? Ducat Blue from AK. And I'm going to get it on all of the metallic surfaces that point towards the hammer, and start getting that cast off reflection started. What are you working on today? new terrain is, while it can be tedious, it's nice to have it done. Always good to have a nice looking table full of terrain. I've got a bunch of it I gotta get to myself. There we go. Starting to get that effect. Just looking for top surface rings. Trying to hit everything that's got an angle facing up. And hit it with a little of this blue. Try to get just inside of his hand here. Just a few rings that face up. There we go. Just a quick moment while I take a sip of my coffee and not do it loudly in your ear. This guy, Deadman, is an old metal dwarf made by Marauder Miniatures back in 1987. It was originally made for Fantasy Battle, and I think currently, if I give him a cool shield with some neat runes on it and maybe an anvil painted on the front, we could call him a proxy for a runesmith, and he could be used in Old World. I have a proper regulation sized Old World base that I managed to scare up for him. He's just got so much cool detail with all of that chainmail and that really neat helmet with the hawk on it. And you can see like every strand of hair in that braided beard. It's really an incredible miniature. Yeah, 2,000 points worth of pewter or whatever else they were putting in that mixture was certainly a prohibitive weight. I don't want to do that anymore, that's for dang sure. I don't mind a couple of them, but oh my god, a 2,000 point army these days, especially with those old war wagons that were all metal parts. Oh my god, those things were so heavy. And that Skaven Doom wheel, that thing was really heavy too. I mean, they literally detailed every last feather here for me to paint. They sure as heck are tiny, but they're all here. Hey Les, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good afternoon. Not often you can say knob blob and it's not actually like a dirty thing. Ooh, that's Wormlord. Yeah, that was another one of those really heavy kits. All that stuff just begged to be pinned, or it would just fall to pieces as soon as you hit it against something really hard. Or at least that happened to me a few times. Well, if my voice is that soothing, hopefully you needed the nap. Then again, if I put my audience to sleep, at least they're watching, and they'll watch to the end, hopefully. Good morning, David Wendler. I'm sorry about the early hour on the West Coast. I was trying to aim for a time where people who like to watch on two continents can manage to tune in, possibly, as I have several subscribers and Patreon members in Europe and the UK. I hope you're having a good morning as early as it is. I am very lucky, Laz, that I have a few subscribers. I appreciate the heck out of every single one of my Patreon members. I don't have many, but it's a great start. And especially for small channels, Patreon is really a great way to help small artists get going with content on the internet, because YouTube is really not easy to get stuff up onto as a creator when you don't have a lot of subscribers. They don't really let you do things that earn you anything that allow you to put it back into your art. Whereas Patreon does. I do have a Patreon, Ken Peters. In my channel, if you search for Twisted Nerves Painting, there is a link there. Let's see here. I will try and put the link into the chat. See if I've actually figured that one out yet. I know I can do it. Let's see. I'm not sure if that's a proper link, but that is how you get to my Patreon. And yeah, don't forget your small creators this holiday season. And Patreon is also a great gift for people. You can give your favorite crafty person or painter a membership to one of many really good painting channels. Try to have fun shopping, Les. I don't personally have fun shopping, but I also don't have kids to bring shopping, so I don't know. Oh, thank you, Ken. I really appreciate that. It is the best way to help me keep doing this is to sign up for Patreon. Not everything I do is behind a paywall, but I will have more and more that is worthy of being behind the paywall soon. Actual tutorials and some longer form videos. And the other lovely thing about Patreon is it's one of the best ways to directly affect some of what I'm doing. One of my Patreon members sent me some Battletech miniatures. So this month I am going to paint the Inner Sphere Direct Fire Lance because it's been ages since I've painted any Battletech. Not everything I do is Warhammer. Almost. Good morning to you, Gene. How are you doing today? And thank you. I was hoping it would frame things nicely. Because if I don't use black, my lights fry everything in the picture out. I'm sure there's ways I can fix that color-wise, but I haven't figured that stuff out yet. I'm working on that. Set this down for a moment. . There we go. Move over to something that does not require so much fine detail. You haven't figured out how to color fix yet either. It looks difficult. At least it looks difficult in DaVinci Resolve, which is what I've been trying to teach myself. Good morning, Arson. Or afternoon, rather. And yes, fancy seeing me here. I'm glad I could be here. Oh, let's see. Gonna bust out the Green Stuff World fluorescence here. DaVinci Resolve is a video editor that I guess it's really popular. I got the free version, but the studio version is what they've used to make The Walking Dead and what they used to make Avatar and lots of other really high buck things that I will probably never need to do with it. I'm just trying to figure out some of the simple stuff. How to piece together clips of me painting and put some pleasant music behind it. Oh, that's plugged up nicely, isn't it? I wanted to try and use Resolve because I was really frustrated with Adobe products. So I went for something different. And this is a little ball of fire that I'm going to have sitting in a crater on a base. And I painted it with white ink. And now I'm going over it with Green Stuff World yellow orange fluorescent. And I will probably do several coats of this in order to really get an intense, bright fluorescent. I'm doing pretty good today, Arson. I can't complain. A little shaky, but I'm not like in mind-numbing pain today, which is always a plus. I hope you're well. There we go. Let that dry for a bit. You know, I think I'm pretty well over Renegade. I don't think I picked up any convention crud, thankfully. I was kind of worried about that, but I was kind of psychotic about my mask, so that usually serves me well. And it did this time. I didn't catch anything. Of course, just as you start with the decorations, the rain starts. Luckily, we don't do the outdoor decorations. I've never felt the need because literally every single person around me puts up decorations and lights, and I don't have to do a thing to feel like I live in Christmas Park. It just, all I got to do is look out a window and there are lights. It's kind of nice because I really don't want to climb up on anything and try and, no, that's just a bad idea. Oh no. See, the pub is the place I know I'd get the flu because I couldn't help myself. I'd take my mask off because you're at the pub. You want to have a drink. Well, you got to break your seal. You've got to break your seal, and as soon as you do, then you're sharing everybody's air. Not to mention whatever the person who poured you your drink happens to be carrying. Yeah, I'm a ball of sunshine when I go to the restaurant. But that's why I don't leave very often. I'm going to try and get out a little bit more this year because Renegade was, oh my god, that was fun. Let's see. This is still really burnt out color wise. Let's see if I can get a little bit more accurate color. You know, the convention community was really super inviting. Everybody at Renegade was really cool. They were completely accommodating, and so were the people at the hotel. I didn't even ask, and they put me right by the door on the first floor. That's about all I can turn my lights down without it just being dark in here. And there we go. And I can still see. Every once in a while, I will tune my lights down so you can get a good look at this orange, especially as it gets bright, because I'm going to lose some of it to the camera burn. But that's the way it goes. Until I figure out a better camera. Yeah, there's so many of the events that seem really inviting and really look like they're a fun time. And I got to go to a couple of them. Even some of the ones that are all the way across the country really look like a lot of fun. I may not travel well, but I could probably get to a couple. And who knows, the ones I can't quite get to, maybe I can participate in other ways. I have a few projects going here, so I am going to work on a few things. Mostly just stuff I can sketch on for the moment, so I'm not trying to paint anything too terribly detailed. Alright, here I have AK Burnt Red, and I am adding in just a touch of AK Dark Prussian Blue. So I'm looking for a dark, almost purplish red. Like blood that's used up all the oxygen. I'm looking for the darkest tone I'm going to use on Exorcist's armor. And I think that looks about right. Now, to give myself a guide, I took AK Basalt Gray and went over the top of the black primer under a bright light. Well, under two bright lights. I set them about 18 inches away from the figure on either side of it so I could see that reflection. And then I sketched it out in gray so that I would have a map to lay down the darker reds. And that's what I'm going to start with here. Just by covering up all the gray. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to figure out my orientation to where the camera is. And there we go. That's all I'm going to be doing here for a little while, is putting that dark red on top of the gray, leaving the black behind for its contrast. Let's see, that's almost dry. Okay, it's going to take me a moment here. I'm going to set up my airbrush so I can do a little bit of white ink shooting here into that crater and make a halo. And then maybe cast just a faint amount of white up onto the edges of the stones and the top rim of the crater. All right, I haven't tried this yet, so I'm going to turn on my compressor and see how y'all can hear that. Was that terribly loud? I just don't want to blast anybody's ears with my air compressor every time it turns on. If it's a problem, I will certainly mute this. Not a problem. Hey, good morning, Chuck Ebner. I'm glad you could make it. Just about to start shooting some white ink into this little crater here to try to make a shadow of, or a little bright spot where a fire is going to be burning. Excellent. If that's not going to be a problem, that makes things a little bit easier. There we go. Just a little bit of illumination. There we go. Just a little bit of a halo in the center. Should be all I need. To start bringing that glow from the fire. And this is isopropyl alcohol. Just to clean everything out. Really handy to have a little garbage can sitting right here so that you can just take the pipette and keep drawing out all of the alcohol and ink solution as it gets more and more dilute. And of course, spray a little through. The easiest way to change out in the middle of airbrushing, but I'm not going to mess with that today. I'm just doing white. So I think I'm just going to pull this thing apart and clean it. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to grab one of the most useful tools there is for cleaning an airbrush. Q-tips. Gotta have them. And I didn't. These are also the most useful little things ever. They're little dental brushes for getting in between your teeth. And they absolutely perfectly fit inside of a great many different sized nozzles for your airbrush. So, not to mention, these little picks are great for dental hygiene, but they are absolutely one of the most useful cleaning tools. I would imagine for any small little device like this. Had to get this before I stop because I tell you what, you don't ever want ink to solidify in the nozzle of your airbrush. That's a clog you just don't want to deal with. So we take care of it now. And this is just a squirt bottle filled with isopropyl alcohol. The other thing you want to do, just to make sure you're not developing any sort of clog, take the end of your needle and very carefully, there you go, slip it into the nozzle And you can see almost like an old Play-Doh factory. It's extruding some white ink that didn't quite get pushed through. So now that's nice and clean. And there we go. Quick airbrush maintenance. Make sure I don't have any paint that got up into here. Sometimes. Sometimes it happens, but not this time. Good. Sometimes it's terribly useful to keep this end nozzle off so that you can actually see the tip, so that you know right where you're aiming. Occasionally, when you want to do something really tiny, it's the best way to see the end, because these tips kind of shield the end of the nozzle. And that's good because you don't really want to hit it on anything. But sometimes you don't want it there. All right. Now, we can go back to this flame. And with a brush, I will start to add that same yellow-orange in the crater. And thin, dilute amounts on the edges where the light is starting to cast out. Start with another coat of Green Stuff World fluorescent yellow-orange on the fire here. do not currently have a black light with me, but I've seen this stuff fluoresce where you don't get that reaction from some of the other things that call themselves fluorescent that are on the market. Now that we've got a bit onto there, dilute it slightly first, so I don't want to overwhelm. But eventually I do kind of want to insist at the center that this looks orange. But not so much on the edges. And of course, like most fluorescents, you'll want to do it a couple of times. You need to build up the color effect, preferably over white. It's just never really going to get bright unless you put white beneath it. And you want to start with your brightest colors in the fire first, and then move to the outer edges and the darker colors. Go right to the edge of the crater. remember, if it doesn't seem bright enough, you can always let it dry. Give it another layer. If it doesn't feel bright enough, let it dry. Put a little white ink on it. Add another layer after that dries. Try to re-intensify the bright parts. There we go. Let my wrist rest for a moment here. And that's kind of the trick. There we go. Now you can read the orange a little bit better. It's not such a fried out. Eventually that will sit in the crater. And there we go. Oh, hi. Oh, hello there, Helper Cat. Oh, hi, pretty. What are you doing? Let's see if I can manage to get a cat cam shot here. Well, are you going to come up and say hi? Oh, come up here. Hi. doing? Hello. You're so silly. Come on up here. You're silly. There you go. Oh my God, what are you gonna do? You're on the camera. Oh, try not to turn the camera off though, silly. Oh, there we go. Got some deep purring. This is Aminette. Oh, look out, silly. What did you just do? Careful now. Oh yes, you've got to get into everything, don't you? Oh, hi. Oh, it's helper time. You're such a silly cat. What you doing? Oh, purr, 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 purr. Hi, purr, purr, purr. Oh, yes. Oh, it's time to help, huh? Hi. Yes. Oh, yep. That's your microphone now. Now that you've marked it, it's your microphone. Okay, well, if the stream goes dead, you know why. It's because Aminette shut us down. You're silly. Hi, silly. You're a goofy cat. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, you stay out of stuff. That's about all the helping I can handle. All right. Well, there we had some cat cam. I will try to permanently get a cam just for cats, because that'd be nice. All right, I think my helper is left. Which is good. I can get back to this and not be distracted. Because she can be distracting. And intensely cute. Ooh. That's... Boy, I'm glad the one eye works. Almost used the wrong color. more of the fluorescent yellow-orange. Hopefully within a few days, I will have found some sort of free music service that I can use temporarily that won't cause YouTube to have any sort of problems. And that way, you can have something to listen to other than me breathe. I don't know about a big white dog. I could probably deal with another cat, but oh God, not a big white dog. That'd be all over on this. I mean, just everywhere where there's a black surface in my house, there would be white dog. Where there is now kind of a ticked cat, it's sort of brown, So it's not so bad. My grandmother had a Samoyed. Boy, that thing deposited white hair in mats on everything. Holy cow. Lovely dog. Hairy dog, though. Holy. And really way more dog than I want. If I ever get a dog, it's going to be like a little rat terrier or some little thing like that. I don't know. I thought about a service animal once, but I don't think I can keep up with one. I can hardly take care of myself. I mean, I do pretty well with the cats, but I don't drive, so got to get a ride to take them to the vet. A dog would be even more difficult because, wow, that's big. Not that I don't love dogs. I just don't think I could keep up caring for one, and that's not fair to the dog. Especially those larger breeds that want to run and get exercise like I just can't keep up with anymore. Even if it can hand me my socks in the morning. I will be back in just a moment. All right. A desk rail would make a great thing to rest your brush against. That's a good idea. And good morning. I think this could use another layer. When Duncan said too thin coats, I'm not sure he was referring to fluorescence. Sometimes two just isn't enough. Well, I hope it's a good morning anyway. Or gets there at some point before it is no longer morning. There we go. It's starting to actually read orange now. Good. Might have actually saturated it enough. Yeah, that would be a good idea. That would certainly help me out with holding on to different brushes, different tools. Yeah, like a lathe rest. There we go. Every little facing that caught a little bit of that white ink, I will give just a dab of that fluorescent. Did you say what? Did you say meow? What? Hi. What are you doing, helper? Well, I can hear you purring from here. I bet you everybody can hear you purring from here. You're silly. Oh, yes, my helper's back. Hi, that's not helping. No, that's not helping. What kind of helper are you? You're silly. There we go. Starting to get that idea that it might be light from a fire cast around the inside of a crater. Let's see here. Where else should I put that light? Oh, I see. Just a little bit of the outer edge of the glow. Got to keep in mind that the edge of the crater casts a shadow. Follow it all the way out to the edge. That's probably about where you want to put the outer limits of your light. Meow. Amanette agrees. Is that right? Well, thank you, helper. I had no idea she was a painting critic, too. Really? You're kidding me. Hello there, honey bunny. I'm glad you could make it. I'm sure this is still pretty early. I started a little early because I've got some supporters in Europe and the UK, and I wanted to try and aim for a time when I might be able to have some of them tune in too. But I'm glad you could make it. Let's see if I can get her to come back up here again. She was up on my lap for a minute. Well, come here, helper. Are you going to come up here? Hi. Well, yeah, come on up. There we go. Oh, hi. Oh, you going to take your perch? Oh, yep. There we go. Her favorite spot. Hi. Hello there. This is Aminette. Oh, what's that? Do you see that thing? What is that thing? What is it? You're such a goof. You gotta see everything, huh? Okay, helper. Oh, yes. Hi. Oh, yes. Oh, lean into the microphone, silly. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Get that deep purr going. You're such a silly. I will get a dedicated cat cam here someday soon. Because especially with her, this is where she prefers to sit most of the day. And she really only weighs like 7 pounds, so pretty easy to let her sit on your shoulder without any trouble. Yes, the only trouble you are is when you start digging in my pocket. Yes, because you're a pickpocket. You're such a silly cat. What are you doing? Hi. Oh, look out. You don't want to, like, turn things off. That's the camera, silly. There we go. Cat cam. You're just thinking I should continue painting, right? Yeah. You're a silly cat. Okay, come on now. Oh, bye-bye. All right, off we go to explore my studio more. Exactly what I don't want her to do. At least it's not her brother doing it. He's less an explorer and more of a conquistador. He just comes in and takes whatever he wants and destroys the rest. No, luckily Aminette is only about, 7 pounds. Her brother is like, he's a meatball. He's almost 13 pounds. I can't sit with him on my shoulder. She can just lay across my shoulder like a blanket. I don't even know. But, yeah, he's kind of a boos. Seeing as he's a mama's boy, I think he is currently hanging out with mommy. Okay. Forgive me if I kill the sound here. Every once in a while, I hack up a lung because it's that time of year. So if everything goes quiet, it's just because I'm hacking and coughing. Give it another couple of weeks and some good snow cover, and that'll all go away for a while. It's just that seasonal. If it's not winter, I have to take Benadryl. Oh, geez, yeah, half Maine Coon, so half Wookie. That's a Wookie. Oh my God, yeah, that's a big kitty. But they're sweet kitties. That's the nice thing about Maine Coon cats. They are wonderfully affectionate. Oh, let's see here. Jeez, this is really plugged up. How is it that this happens? Gonna have to run a needle through that. Alright, start working on a little bit of orange on the edges of the fire. Just the outer edges. I want to save all that interior for the brightest flame. Oh, yeah, cats will figure out their pecking order and who fits where. And yeah, a big kitty like that, he'll fit himself towards the top. Nobody gonna mess with him. You know, I've known dogs that seem to both love their tail and hate it at the same time. Constantly chasing it, trying to get hold of it, bite on it a couple of times. Dogs are as silly as cats at times. Sometimes more so. I will be back in just a moment here. I've got to step away and take care of a couple of things, so I don't know, maybe 10 minutes at the most, probably more like 5. I will be right back. All right. I am back. And that is just a plastic cap from a milk bottle. Not going to glue it to anything. Not going to make a base out of it. They're just really nice little pallets for individual things at times, like a little bit of Daler-Rowney fluorescent red ink. Which I will dilute slightly. Uh-oh. Trouble has entered the room. Hey, dude, what are you doing, man? Hey, buddy. Come here, guy. I may have to take a moment to walk him out of the room. Come here, dude. His sister listens. He's not about that. No kind of listening. Guy, what are we doing? All right, well, for the moment, we just want to chill in the middle of the room. As long as that's all we're going to do. Well, I can get behind that. I know him, though. As soon as I turn my head and I'm occupied in this, oh, he's going to be all kinds of up in my stuff. What do you... Okay. Oh, we're playing cat loaf on the floor. All right, well, maybe I'll actually get away with working with him in the room. That never happens. Now, it seems counterproductive to use a fluorescent to dull the fluorescent effect. But this is not the brightest fluorescent you could use. Oh, now I can hear him messing around in my stuff. Oh, what are we doing? Excuse me? Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to have to go take care of this, I think. Let me discharge the brush onto the miniature. There we go. Oh, yes. All right. Well, before he gets destructive, I'll be right back. My guy, what are we doing? Okay, much better. I have secured the room. At least until he and his sister work together to unlatch the door and break in, which is usually what happens after about 20 minutes of them being frustrated that I'm not letting them in. It's like living with monkeys. A cross between jungle cats and monkeys in my house. Busting open the child locks and throwing the pots and pans on the floor. Oh, that's a fun one at 2 a.m. They're monkey cats. Dang cute little monkey cats, though. And yes, eventually he settled on ransacking my box of empty sprues. Because I tend to save everything, including things that other people would look at and go, oh, that's, yeah, throw that in the recycling. No, no, you don't do that. You keep that. That's, I can make terrain out of that. No, I've said that to my wife several times and gotten that look. And then, yep, into the garage it goes.
Sorry, I'm grabbing food.
just hitting the outermost edges of where I want that glow to cast, because light will diminish from the source. So we take the orange and reds, and we hit the outermost edges. And save those yellow oranges and yellows and even white for that innermost core where the fire is going to be. Probably could have even thinned and diluted the ink just a little more, but it's okay. It is exactly what I want. As far as color-wise. There, we'll let this dry. The one thing I don't like about Daler-Rowney inks is the, I don't know if you can see it, there we go, the glossy effect from it drying. Whereas all the other oranges I've been using from Green Stuff World there do not have that gloss effect. Partly because they're not ink. But that shine is troublesome. I will have to hit it all with some matte varnish in the end to take the shine away. But it's the right color. And it dulls down the brightness of the fluorescent. Even though at that core, I'm going to step it back up here. As soon as I know that's all dry, I'm going to take my smallest dry brushes, or one of the smaller ones, and I'm just going to dry brush lightly in the center. Just a little white. To re-intensify the brightness of that center. And then I'll go back in with just straight Green Stuff World fluorescent yellow. And make it look like it is just bright in there. I think it still needs a little more red, but not fluorescent red. This is just plain red ink. Nothing fluorescent. Just diluted it quite a bit. I didn't want it to be really intense. It's doing it. Just a tiny bit. Is really all you need to kill some of that glow. Yeah, just plain red ink is all I needed to kill the fluorescent at the edges. All right. I really need to get up and move about and stretch a little. I've been sitting here far too long. But at least I got this far. On some object source lighting in the middle of a flaming crater. Actually starting to look like there is a fire burning in it. Eventually, there will be a fire burning in it. Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for showing up and hanging out with me this long and painting. I hope you all have an excellent day. And I hope you've had an excellent weekend. And you had an excellent Thanksgiving. Everyone stay safe and healthy. And if you haven't already, please give the stream a like and share my channel with your crafty friends. And check out my Patreon if you can, please. Have an excellent day.